Hi, I'm Andre Fernandez for the Miami Herald. We're here at Coral Gables High School. It's a week one edition of the Gridiron Report. Coach Roger Pollard is here with two of his players, G. Stanley, Rashawn Waiters, leaders on both sides of the ball for the Cavaliers, who this season should be one of the top teams in the county once again. Coach, just if you could introduce your players and talk a little bit about the outlook you have for the 2015 season.
Right here we have G. Stanley, playing inside linebacker, played inside and outside, projected as a college athlete that runs around, flies around, an athletic kid who's going to be the heart and soul of this defense this year. Just we've been playing some pretty good defense in the last few years, and we're just hoping that he can lead this team in that direction. And then, of course, in Bubsky we trust. Rashawn Waiters just has grown in leaps and bounds from his 9th grade year, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Just really matured, has worked on his game, just puts in the time, away in film study, off the field, but really on the track, has really done some stuff to show, and people are going to see with the kind of season that he's going to have. This year's outlook is the same as any year's outlook. You don't know. You have no idea right now who's good or who's bad. We know we're halfway decent because of the show that we put on Friday, but that's one game. It was a kickoff classic where we weren't playing special teams, and looking at the film, we have a long way to go. But it's a talented group. We've got kids that I think can run up and down and play the game of football at a high level, and we're going to see.
What did you learn from last season? I mean, the season, we were here last year in week one, and there were some high expectations for this team. You get in the playoffs, unfortunately, it didn't go as well as you would hope for, losing to Columbus in the second round. But this season, the team is still being considered one of the tops in the county, but maybe there's not as much of that, maybe that state title, like spotlight on you right now, by some people's opinion. But yeah. How does it contrast it from last year, maybe with starting last year the way
I love it. It's where we were before 11-2. And we overachieved. Last year, and we said it, state or bust, and we busted. We went 9-3, and we lost games when we're looking at the film room. Everything has to do with us. So just a learning lesson as a coach. We're not talking about the end product. We're always about what's at the end of the week. We want to go 1-0 each week. That's it, and everything else will take care of itself. Do we want to win a state championship? You bet your butt we do. Do we want to win a district championship? That 13-14 still rings, it still burns inside of me. I'm sure it burns inside of my players. So every week is 1-0. We're not thinking about a district championship. We're not thinking about a state championship. We're thinking about winning each week. And of course, if you do that, right, you end up in the big dance or in the big show.
Right, absolutely. On that note, then, if you can talk a little bit about this matchup, because it's a good one right off the bat. You're going to get a very talented Carroll City team that can move the football on offense, has a good defense. How do you think your team matches up with the Chiefs?
Right now, I think we are two teams that are pretty similar. If you look at their offense, they're an up-tempo, no-huddle offense. We're an up-tempo, no-huddle offense. Both have veteran leaders at the quarterback position. Both have defensive guys that can run around and make some plays. So it's with it being the first game of the season, you're going to have your bumps and your bruises, but it's going to be a good measuring stick. I know they were ranked preseason. We were ranked preseason. Both of us came out the kickoff classic, and I think we put on a good show. Yeah. And now we're gonna see how it all shapes up.
Well, Coach, gentlemen, we wish you guys the best of luck. Make sure you catch Coral Gables against Carroll City Thursday night at Travis Powell Stadium.